Yo, what is good, guys? It's your boy Woods back with a new video, and now in today's video we're going to be going over some of the best tips to help you controller or your console players actually get better editing speeds and improve yourself at editing. Now this was a video actually requested by a lot of my fans, so thank you for actually requesting this. And if you would like to request another tip video on my channel, then all you gotta do is go down to the comments and comment down what topic you guys are struggling on and what you want a tip video made on. And then obviously if you are new to the channel, you're gonna have to subscribe with those notifications so that if your video is made in future, that you do not miss it. So yeah, quick recover, I'm a Fortnite tip YouTuber, and if you want to get better at Fortnite in no time, then make sure to subscribe because I'm always replying and making videos on what my subscribers actually want. So yeah, it'll literally be a win-win situation for you. It's literally free to subscribe with notifications, and as long as you click those notifications every time the new video comes out, you'll be getting better every single day on Fortnite. But if any of the tips in today's video get you a little horny to try them out, then promise me one thing, you'll like the video. So yeah, for all the time and effort I put into this video, it would only take you a couple seconds to go like it, and I'd appreciate it a lot. Alright, so to start this off, we actually need to understand editing itself and actually the ping delay and delay between actually editing and all this sort of stuff before we can actually get into some of the actual editing techniques that you need to be using and also strategies and whatnot. Anyways, the first thing I want to go over is just internet speeds in general. Obviously, you can't be an insane editor with really bad internet. Now, of course, it is very possible, but you need to have the best internet possible that you can actually access at your house. So you can do this by actually using an Ethernet or LAN cable to play. When you have your Xbox or your PC, plug in a LAN cable, please do that. But I'm sure everyone already knows this by now anyways. So moving on to the second one, let's go ahead and think about this. You need to actually have the lowest input delay as well. Now you've got a good ping, and you need to be plugging in your controller into your console or PC. However, if you're on PC, the reason I say you might not need to do this is because some of the actual new Bluetooth technologies actually allow for you to have even better input delays. So if you are on PC and you do have the latest scuff controllers, they actually do contain the new Bluetooth technology, so they can actually be worth a shot. But for most people, I would say just plug in your controller for the lowest input delay on console. But moving on, also we need to get the best FPS for the lowest input delay, because actually how we're going to get a best input delay actually in a game, now moving on from actually not limiting ourselves from our controller or internet, we actually need the best FPS. So on console, we're going to go ahead and move into some tips so you can go ahead and get more FPS and lower input delay, and also on PC. So let's have a look of how we can actually get better FPS, because obviously the faster your computer works, the less input delay it'll be able to offer, and you'll be able to get faster response time and better editing speeds. Alright, so now moving on to how we can actually get the best FPS and lowest input delay for ourselves. So on your creative island, you want to have it something like me and have the least amount of stuff possible, just like a ramp and a speed boost for you to practice on. We'll get into that later though. But anyways, moving on, once we got the least amount of stuff on our creative island, this will free up enough space that we can then have the best FPS on the map. Because I don't want any of you guys playing on none of these crazy galaxy maps, it's just a waste of your FPS. But anyways, you want to turn off your motion blur if you're on console. This is the greatest thing if you have a PS4 Pro or anything like that. Make sure you turn off your motion blur, as it's just blending the frames together and doing unnecessary work. Then go to your replays and turn all the replays off you can possibly do. Trust me, I know I'm on computer for this, however it is exactly the same for console. I've tried this out and it works on console too. So you want to turn off those replay files, and then once you've done this, you want to go ahead and head over to your settings, because now we're going to go ahead and move on to the settings. And the thing is with this, you want to go ahead and have your foot controller turned off. Foot controller, I have no clue what that is. Get it out the window, turn it off. And now the best for editing is obviously going to be linear settings. However, me personally, I prefer aim over editing, and I'm not a massive fan about it. But obviously this video is about editing, so obviously you need to be using linear settings, as it will obviously give you the best up close encounters and stuff like that, so you want to edit faster. Then move on to your audio tab and go over to the subtitles. I know subtitles aren't actually audio, but anyways, you want to turn them off, because what we'll actually do is remove text and unnecessary pop-ups inside your game, getting your most FPS possible on console. And then the next thing you want to go ahead and move on to is dead zones, because obviously you need to have the lowest dead zone possible, because then you have to move your stick the least amount so that it'll actually be able to go ahead and move more, and you'll be able to edit more and everything like that, and be more responsive overall. Then from there, just turn off anything else you find unnecessary in your settings, and then boom, you should have some really nice editing speeds, and you should feel very smooth and clean. However, we actually need to practice now and actually how to get better on these things. So let's move on to actually how to actually practice. Now, I would honestly say one of the stupidest things on this list is actually just a single edit but spamming it over and over again. again. As you can see here, me spamming over and over again actually can sometimes practice how fast you can actually edit something and then, you know, click it, select it, and then confirm it in the same space. And it can be good practice for when you actually implement it into a game and when you're actually just doing cone edits and simple things. So honestly, spam editing can sometimes be super useful, and you definitely need to take advantage of it. My next thing is really important, and you guys need to listen to this, and this is editing when it comes to wall stairs, anything like this, is making smaller movements. So as you can see there, it took me longer when I went all the way around these 3 tiles, but if I just go and clip the edge of this and just get the 3 edges, then as you can see, it will edit way quicker than if I was to go all the way around these 3 tiles. Alright, let me give you guys a bit of an example to put this into perspective. If you ever think about it when you go around a bend on a car, when you drive on the outside lane in a race car, for example, when you go on the outside, it's going to take you longer to get around that bend. But if you go on the inside of the racetrack, then you'll actually get around the corner faster, beating the other person. So obviously in this fact, we need to be going actually as soon as we can, close to the thing, whatever editing, and it even applies for 4 wall edits just like this. As you can see, when you go to edit 4 tiles, do in the middle of it and do the slightest flick around it. Don't go all the way around, as it's just unnecessary. Once again, with stairs, as you can see, if you flip them all the way over, it takes a long time to flip the whole entire ramp just like this, and this is really good for when you're actually freestyling and do flipping over the stair. You can actually go ahead and do it halfway. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but really good editing technique and tip is that you can actually edit from the middle to halfway, and what this will do is actually edit the whole stair backwards rather than have to go all the way. My next tip is actually moving very smoothly with your builds and not being fast and unnecessary. So as you can see here, the placement of my crosshair is actually always very smooth. And now how this works is where I finish my edit is lined up for the next edit already. So finishing where you need to start on the next edit is really important. And if you just do insane flicks with high sensitivities, it will never get you anywhere because you'll just be over flicking and always having to reset yourself for no reason. Whereas if you did these smooth edits, then actually you'll be ready and presented for the next edit already all lined up, and you'll be increasing your edit speed and it'll be doubling your edit speed overall. My next tip is actually to use these speed pads in creative. This is what I said at the start of the map, just have a few stairs and then have a speed pad. Now what this speed pad will do for you is actually encourage you to actually edit things way faster and put you under way more pressure. Now I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard this famous Rockstar quote, but it's actually work harder and play harder, because how this is going to work is that you guys will be working way harder in creative to perfect it while working under speeds where you have to do things 2 times faster than everything, and then essentially when you go back to normalize gameplay, you'll be doubling your edit speed, because you would have now gone back to your normal speed and you would have worked at a 2 times speed, so you'll be way quicker overall. So this is definitely super insane, and I would also really encourage you guys to use some of Raider 464's edit maps, because obviously Serpent AU recently got banned, or not banned, but he got exposed for using macros, so everyone knows that now that Raider is definitely the fastest editor, and so I obviously think that you gotta learn from the best. And even though he's on a keyboard and mouse, even console players, you guys definitely need to be trying to learn his strategies and whatnot. So definitely try and use up one of his maps. As you can see, I showed it on the screen a little while ago. I'll try and put it in the description for you guys in case you want to use it. And I'm not that good at this map personally, as I don't train on it a lot, but I definitely recommend like 5 to 10 minutes when you get on in the morning before you go to play and grind some games or whatever. Definitely just try and go through a couple of these, put yourself under pressure, maybe even use a couple speed pads he's got there to make things way harder for yourself. And then obviously when it comes to actually doing these in real games, it'll be way easy for you guys. So definitely make sure to try some of these out, because these get really complex. So if you think you're the best editor in the world, definitely try these out, because I can guarantee you will struggle on these things, as I can't even do some of them. They're even impossible to some of the best players in the world. Hell, I think even bloody Serpent, who had a macro, couldn't even do some of these. So definitely make sure to try this out and definitely use these maps, even if it's just like simple edit maps like Slappy's V2 edit map or Mongrel's one. You know, even just those, they're really good just to practice on and get you warmed up in the morning before you actually hop onto creative, before you go 1v1 or anyone, or any get some clips or something like that for your montage. But anyways, guys, obviously you need to be trying these maps out, and they're all great and all. Let's move on to the outro. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed today's video. I hope you all have taken away something from today's video. And if you did, make sure to drop a like on it, as obviously it took me a little while to think of all the tips to put into this video. And I hope you are still watching. And if you are still watching, make sure to go down to the comments and comment Spider-Man. And then just comment a random time. Like, say, like, I saw Spider-Man at that random time in the video. And I'll heart your comment, because I'm going to try and freak out some people in the comment section. Everyone will be thinking, what the hell? Why is there Spider-Man? It'd be funny. But yeah, anyways, make sure to drop a like, guys. guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will be dropping more tip videos every single day. Sorry this video was a little rushed in the end. It was extremely hot today, and I really could not be bothered to do a lot of editing towards it. However, I'm sure it was still very entertaining and useful to you guys. So yeah, drop a like on the video, make sure to subscribe with notifications, and also use code WOODS in the item shop, #ad. But yeah, make sure to use code WOODS in the item shop, subscribe and like the video. It really helped me out. It really helps me get to recommended. But also, guys, make sure not to leave yet. Go check out some of these other videos.